Okay, hi. So we are back again on our channel, The Pharma Daily, with another guest lecturer. I would like to introduce him. His name is Mohit Jain, and he will be, talking about, the art of impressing the interviewer and, how you should behave, what should be your body language, how should be your gestures and everything while cracking and while, appearing in an interview. So I would like to call upon Mohit. Please turn on your camera and say hi to all of us. The team and the students of Pharma Daily are eager to meet you. And please introduce yourself and welcome aboard.
Thank you, Mitali. Hello, everyone. Hi, Pharma Daily. My name is Mohit Jain. Um, I work in TCS as a full stack developer. I've completed my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Medicaps University. And I like to play synthesizer, I like to play badminton as hobbies. So, Mitali contacted me to have a talk with you all, to have a session with you regarding communication skills and how to give interviews, how to crack interviews, and how to what kind of positive attitude you should have, how you should improve on your confidence and your speaking skills. So I had a quick thought, and I was thinking about what should I talk about. So I'll keep this session a bit general. I'll talk about my interview experiences, which I had in my college. For starters, I got placed from my campus itself. I cracked Capgemini as well as TCS Digital, and I joined TCS after that. So, and I've given a couple more interviews. So I'll be talking about them as well. So yeah, I think I just like to know each and every one of your names first, because I can't see anyone's. So if you could just quickly tell me your names at least.
Yeah, guys. Actually, Mohit wants an interactive session and he would like to, chat with you and talk with you one on one so that, he can, interact in a better way. And please just quickly tell your names, unmute and tell your names, and so that we can get started with today's discussion. Please go ahead, everyone. Devendra, let's start with you.
Thank you, ma'am, for choosing me. Hello, sir. My name is Devendra Arishkumar Pandey, and I am from Dhar.
Hi Devendra.
Okay, who's next? Just say yeah, just say hi and move on to the next one, please, quickly.
Good evening, sir. I am Vanshika Jain.
Hi.
So basically, you don't have to call him sir. In corporate, you
Yeah.
can call him by names. Yeah, guys. So you can call him Mohit. He's your senior, but yeah, still you can call him Mohit. Yeah, go ahead. Who's next? Yogita, you want to talk? Okay, fine. Let's just move along with that. So Mohit, I would just like to tell you some of the other people who are in the call. And so we already, Devendra and Vanchita have already spoken to you. We also have Yogita and we have Satyam who has just turned on his camera. Hi, Satyam. So, and we have what's the name? Samrat. We have Samrat with us. Then we have other students joining real quickly. Okay, we have Harshal also on the call, and I
Well,
think they are attending it from the same place. Hi, Harshal. Okay, so we have our guest lecturer today. Great, great, great to see you. Saving
Hi
energy.
guys.
Yeah, good. Okay. So Mohit, I guess we are good to start now, right?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
let's have a
definitely,
discussion
definitely.
about the things. So you see, guys, I have personally known Mohit from a long time, and I know this thing that he has been a charmer since his childhood, and he has this habit of leaving a quite impressionable thought on people's minds, and as his name suggests, so I would not informally say that, but he is quite of a charmer. So I just want him to tell his tips or his mantras, how he tends to introduce himself, and how he uses his communication skills exactly to interact in a way that the person sitting in front of you, like mostly the interviewer, makes a quite impression of you, And just tell us about that, Mohit, please. Let's begin listening to you.
Yeah,
Please go
sure,
ahead.
sure. Okay, so thank you for that. So thank you for the praises. Yeah, so it's not a lot of things. It's just a couple of basic things that you should keep in your mind. That while interacting with someone, eye contact is very important. Okay, and because of COVID, we all know that we won't be having a lot of face-to-face interviews and all those things. So the thing that has come on to us, the virtual interviews now. So I have a lot of friends who are who face a lot of issues while communicating with someone on the screen. And sometimes in the interviews, what happens is, I like, if you're lucky enough, your panel will always turn their cameras on. That is always suggested. But many times they do not turn their camera on, but they ask you to turn your camera on, which installs a fear in yourself, that because you don't know who is in front of you. So many a times you get a little bit hesitant in speaking, that okay, I'm looking at a screen, I'm just randomly speaking to people I do not know. So in that case, you have to keep a hold of yourself. You have to understand that this is what the scenario is, this is what the interview will be like, and you have to have a hold of yourself, and you have to still keep on speaking with confidence, with a smile on your face. And the main thing is looking at the camera. Okay, so one important thing is, like, right now also, I'll just show you practically. Okay, you can see myself right on your screens. If I start looking at you, okay, if I start looking at the screen, you'll see my eyeballs are not looking at you. It's looking somewhere down. Okay, it does not put a good impression, because it seems like you're not looking at the person. Okay, all it's not your fault, the cameras are always installed on the top of your screen, so you can't do anything about that. But try to create a habit of whenever you're answering the interview, anything, let it be your introduction, let it be of whatever questions you have to answer technically, or whatever HR questions you're given, just at the time of answering, try to have a little bit of look directly into the camera, directly into that white light which you see on your screen. Okay, it
I think
will. Yeah.
he's not telling this to you guys. He's actually मुझे सिखा रहा है, because even I don't follow this habit, guys. And I'm trying to practice this thing a lot. He scolds me कि जब भी रील बनाती है तो क्यों देखती है कैमरे में खुद को? Why don't you look at in the eyepiece of the camera? Why don't you look at that place? Because उसकी वजह से ऐसा लगता है कि आप सामने वाले से आई कांटेक्ट में नहीं हो. सो थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दिस, मोहित. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है और मुझे खुद इस पे काम करने की जरूरत है. तो थैंक यू फॉर रिमाइंडिंग दैट. एंड नाउ फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ द वीडियो आई विल ट्राई टू लुक डायरेक्टली इनटू द कैमरा एंड नॉट हियर एंड देयर. So moving ahead, Mohit, this is a very good thing that you have shared. Sorry I interrupted you in between. I would
No problem.
like you to move ahead with all other things that you practice in your life while facing interviews and everything. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing was to try to maintain as much as eye contact you can with the interview. Okay. The next thing for the part of body language would be dress formally. Okay. Many people think that it's okay to wear a shirt, or it's okay just to put on whatever you get and then sit for the interview. It doesn't matter how much will they see, how much, only the camera will be only available till my neck or whatever region. But still, I gave all my interviews while wearing shirt and a blazer. Okay, you might be having a blazer from your universities or whatsoever, but try to wear as much as formal attire as you can. Try to wear a watch. Whenever, if you look, sorry, try to wear a watch. And if you speak with your hands, so at that time it will look good. It will seem to the interviewer that it will seem to the interviewer that you are ready. Okay, it's not because you are sitting at your home, you are in your comfort zone, or you're sitting at your bed or something like that. Look, you have to make the interviewer think and realize that you are as serious about the interview as they are. Okay, and you're very serious about joining the company. So each of these small things, like, these are very, very small things, you'll be thinking like, okay, how much would it matter? But these small things add up. Okay.
Right. सही बात है,
Yeah.
ऐसा लगता है हमको कि क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है, what does it matter, but yeah, of course these things matter a lot. And in fact मुझे ऐसा लगता है पर्सनली मोहित दैट ये सारी चीजों को ही ऐड ऑन करके ही हमें इवेल्युएट किया जाता है, राइट, आई गेस,
Yeah.
in an interview. And when we
Yeah.
are compared with the people, the other people who have appeared in the interview, जब हमें उसके अगेंस्ट कंपेयर किया जाता है, उनके अगेंस्ट कंपेयर किया जाता है, तब these tiny habits make us stand out, and that
Yeah.
may become a reason why we get selected, right?
Yeah.
And this can also be a reason, guys, मुझे personally ऐसा लगता है कि अगर हम इन छोटी चीजों को ignore कर दें, तो this might be a reason why we are not getting selected. And then we keep on thinking कि why is it not my day today, why am I not getting selected, मेरा दोस्त क्यों select हो गया, and why am I getting rejected multiple times. So maybe this is also a reason. So I would like you कि आप लोग इन points को या तो note down कर लो, या फिर बहुत ध्यान से सुनो, and try to start practicing these things in daily life, right? Yeah, Mohit?
Yeah.
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 So I'll
And
hand it
one
over to
more,
you again.
yeah,
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 please
one
go
more
ahead.
example. One more
Ah,
example.
please.
So
And if you can, act as you said, you are going to act in front of them. Please, if you can show them the
yeah,
gestures, it
it's
will
not,
really get.
yeah, it's not 100% necessary, but it's better if you do that. Okay. Yeah. So I'll give you one more example. So in my interview with Capgemini, okay, so the interviewer asked me whether I have my Aadhaar card, PAN card, or any other form of student ID. Okay. And to their surprise, okay, I mean, it's quite possible that they did not expect that, but I kept them. Okay, so I had my college ID card as well as one or the other government ID proof. Like you can have your PAN card, you can have your Aadhaar card with you. So I showed them, and it's like it was a very general question. उनको मतलब इतना फर्क सिलेक्शन से नहीं पड़ता उस चीज को लेके. Okay, obviously, but it's about the presence. Okay, that shows that you are serious about the interview, because it's not because you're sitting at your home, so it's a very you have a casual thing that okay, why to wear pants, okay, why to you can sit in shorts, ऐसा घर पे ही तो बैठे हैं. Okay, so these things matter. Okay, quite possible कि आपको इंटरव्यूअर कुछ भी रीजन से बोल दे, please just stand up and just stand up for a minute, and at that moment of time you don't want to be someone wearing shorts or lowers or casuals be in the bottoms of your shirt. Okay, so yeah, these kind of things do matter, not on a very large scale, but like I said, stepping stones.
Right. Thank you, Mohit, for this. And I would say ki, okay, fine. You are telling them things that are required in a interview that will be via Skype or webcam or on Teams or virtual interview. I want you to tell them your actual teeny tiny gestures that you do to kind of impress people, that I know very well about you. एंड वो सारी चीजें इनको बता दे प्लीज, मेरे फार्मर्स डेली स्टूडेंट्स को, दैट यू डू एज अ चार्मर. एंड अगर मतलब कभी इनको फेस करना पड़े एक रियल इंटरव्यू, फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यू, नॉट अ वर्चुअल इंटरव्यू, तब इनको कैसे बिहेव करना चाहिए. थिंक देम एज योर जूनियर्स एंड प्लीज गिव देम योर ज्ञान. प्लीज गो अहेड.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, so the first thing that, and this was taught to me in school time. Okay, so I'll just lower my screen a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, so you might मतलब इतना बायो तो सब नहीं पढ़ा होता है that our body is connected with neurons, and every single cell and everything is connected with our brain. Okay, so one thing which my teacher in my school taught me was I just told him that one day that I was a bit scared. मैं किसी प्रोग्राम के पहले या किसी उस फैमिली में कुछ घबरा रहा था. Okay, very small thing, but still he told me, before you go on the stage and before you start speaking, hold your hands like this. Okay, can you see? Please acknowledge if you can see it. Okay, yeah, so not like this exactly, I'm just showing you in the webcam. Just touch all your thumbs and all your respective fingers of your left and right hand, and stand like this. Okay, with your hands around your stomach, but hold your hands like that. Okay, and start speaking. that time I didn't, used to listen to a lot of people giving speeches or anything. But now that I see it, एक दिन I was watching Sundar Pichai speaking. Okay, Sundar Pichai you might all know, CEO of Alphabet, Google. Okay, so he was speaking. He was giving some seminar or presentation, and he had his hands like that. And उस दिन मुझे बहुत confident और बहुत एक अच्छा लगा था कि okay, that man is following that thing and I am trying to implement it in my life. So it builds up confidence, okay, and it improves your mindset also. Positivity comes up, and what this does is it connects all your neurons and everything, like the whole electrical connection of body gets completed with this, and then suddenly your mind cools off. Suddenly you stop shivering. If anybody does, I do. Okay, won't gonna lie, I won't lie, I do many times before, like if I have to give a if I have to give a speech, or if I have to conduct a meeting, if I have to give an interview, some or the other times my legs start shivering and I'm like, okay, पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा, कैसे बोलूँगा, कैसे होगा. It's a 5 minute lapse before the interview, okay.
Right,
But
right. Even
you do
happens.
this,
Yeah.
you do this, and it will improve. Not for the very first time, but sooner or later it will, your body will start adapting to this. That okay, once I hold my hands, once I complete the electrical connection of my body, everything will stop, and you'll have your peace of mind before starting to speak or anything like that.
Wow, this is great. I mean, this is really amazing. And I know this, guys. I already know this. He teaches me a lot of things like these. But I really wanted कि सभी को ये चीज पता चले and everyone can benefit from this. क्योंकि generally क्या होता है जब भी हम इंटरव्यू फेस करते हैं या इवन हम हमारा स्कूल कॉलेज में कभी भी वाइवा फेस करते हैं तो जनरली स्टूडेंट्स की आदत होती है they do this, they do something with their hand, they are they're doing some different things with their hands, or they're looking up in the sky like the answer is written on the roof, ऐसा कुछ करते हैं वो. तो जनरली हमें ये सारी चीजें नहीं करनी चाहिए. जैसा कि मोहित बोल रहा है that we should be in a constant eye contact with the interviewer. ठीक है, then we should compose our body and our hands in a beautiful manner, in a beautiful body language. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये सारी चीजें बहुत ज्यादा मैटर करती हैं. इन्हीं सारी चीजों को जज करने के लिए ही इंटरव्यूअर आपसे मिलने आया है एंड इसीलिए वो आपको
Exactly.
फेस कर रहा है, इसीलिए वो आपसे बात कर रहा है. दैट इज व्हाई ही इज स्पेंडिंग हिज टाइम विद
One, yeah,
या
one
या
thing,
प्लीज गो अहेड
yeah.
मोहित.
Yeah. One thing, like why, ultimately, the first thing is technical skills, the second thing is communications, and body language comes on the third level. Okay. But why it is important is because it will allow you to cool yourselves. Okay. It will allow you to, make your mind stable. It will make your mind stable. It will keep you composed in an interview. Okay. And see, the interview wants to test your technical knowledge. Okay, that is a totally on point thing, and you can never skip that part. Okay, that is the most important thing. The second important thing that happens in an interview is they want to test you how you react to, like if someone asks you some anything, okay, so any random question, how do you react to that? Do you get scared, or do you start shivering? Do you start shaking? Whether you know the answer or not, मतलब आप घबरा तो नहीं जाते हो. They want to test that. They want to know कि आप pressured situation में कैसे behave करोगे. Okay, obviously being a fresher, being even one or two experienced, ये सब चीजें इतना मैटर नहीं करती हैं. But any interviewer, whenever they're interviewing you, they won't think that you'll stay for that time, right? They want you to be a part of their company for a very long time, so they'll always try to test you कि how does that person handle a pressured situation. Okay, or how does that person, like let's say your client is there, okay, and he or she asks you a question which you're not sure of. So do you just turn off your camera in the meeting? Do you just walk away, or what do you do? Or do you get scared? Do you just start rolling your eyes here and there? Do you just start looking down? What do you do? Okay, school life, college life, these things does not matter. Okay, because it's like class है. Okay, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आपने जवाब नहीं दिया, 2-5 मिनट टीचर खड़ा रखेगी, ज़्यादा ज़्यादा क्या हो जाएगा, थोड़ा कुछ बोल देगी. In office it does not, because when you're speaking in front of your client, okay, when you represent your whole company, you represent your whole team, you represent your team lead. Okay, so these things, these body language, these small things matter a lot at that scale.
Yeah, right. Exactly, Mohit. So thank you for this again, क्योंकि this is a very tiny point. इसके बारे में कोई सोचता भी नहीं है, लेकिन ये कितना important है to crack a corporate interview, to get inside a company that is a corporate, and to survive inside the corporate. ये
Yeah,
सारी चीजें
exactly,
बहुत ज़्यादा matter करती
exactly. A lot of people think that, only cracking the interview will do everything. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होता, because that is just the first step. After that, you have to work every day. Okay,
हैं. उसके बाद
and
तो असली fight start होती है, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. And it was really a shocker to me as well, because मैं भी जब college खत्म हुआ था, after 15-20 days I had to start working with TCS, and like for a day or two मैं बहुत डर गया था. Okay, that now I have to work every day. Okay, college में क्या होता है, you get फेस्टिवल की छुट्टी मिल जाती है, समर ब्रेक मिल जाता है, विंटर ब्रेक मिल जाता है, स्कूल्स में मिलता है. बट कमिंग टू कंपनीज, यू यू ऑलवेज हैव टू वर्क. ओके, जस्ट सैटरडे संडे का गैप है, एंड
Right.
देन नेक्स्ट वीक ऑल्सो यू हैव टू वर्क. यू वोंट गेट एनी हॉलीडेज, ऐसे ऐसे करके. तो इट जस्ट कभी कभी आता है आपके दिमाग में. ठीक है, तो मेनी पीपल थिंक कि बस इंटरव्यू क्रैक कर लिया, इंटरव्यू के लिए जितना पढ़ना है पढ़ लिया, इंटरव्यू के लिए जितना कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स जरूरी था उतना कर लिया, अब तो आगे सब कुछ हो जाएगा कन्वीनियंटली. बस जॉब, getting job is the most important thing, is not the deal. Okay, you have to work, you have to keep on improving, you have to keep on
Great.
upgrading yourselves. Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
where it's not just about English, it's not just about your technical skills. Everything is important. And I still remember one of my seniors in my company explained me. Okay, and I want you all to note this down. Okay, corporate is about 50% technical and 50% communication skills. Okay, and I can assure you with my personal experience that he was actually on point. Okay, he was literally on point. Till now I have never seen a person who is, let's say 80% technical and just 20% communication skills excel. और ना ही मैंने कोई ऐसा बंदा देखा है जो कि 80% कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स में अच्छा हो और 20% टेक्निकल स्किल्स में अच्छा हो. दे ऑल्सो डोंट एक्सेल. Okay, if you want to improve, if you want to upgrade your package, if you want to skyrocket your career, you have to create a balance between the two. Okay,
Right.
you always have to be, the best at technical. You always have to do that. You can never,
Right.
you can
Exactly.
never avoid that. That is something you cannot avoid. But what some people do is they think कि okay, doesn't matter, मैं चुप रह लूंगा मीटिंग में, मैं नहीं बोलूंगा. But that is now not how life works. Okay, you have to talk. If you want to excel, you have to talk.
You have to
And
talk.
that is,
Exactly.
the very basic thing. Human beings, the most biggest advantage of us, okay, with respect to other organisms in the world, are that we can talk. Okay,
Right.
so we
ये तो
cannot
हमारा
avoid that.
सबसे बड़ा benefit है. Exactly.
Yeah, so you have to, you have to express yourselves. You should know how to express yourselves. You should know how to um, talk with someone, keeping that eye to eye contact, so that they see that okay, इस बंदे के अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस है, तभी ये मेरी आंखों में आके मिला के बात कर पा रहा है. Okay, that will certainly boost up your talks. That will certainly, increase your confidence as well. Okay, it will make you realize that okay, yes, whatever I'm speaking correct. Whatever questions they ask, you'll always be one step ahead of them, basically. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So, Mohit, talking more about the facial expressions, जैसा कि you have told us कि eye to eye contact होना चाहिए, and then we should, compose ourselves in a way that we are standing, our body language and everything. I want you to, focus a little bit more on what should be our facial expressions. जैसा कि you said just now, that कई बार ऐसा होता है, interview tries to test you on the types of reactions that you will give. एंड मुझे पर्सनली लगता है कि जब हम रिएक्ट करते हैं एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, तो सबसे पहली चीज जो चेंज होती है वो होती है हमारे फेशियल एक्सप्रेशंस. व्हेन वी आर रिएक्टिंग टू समथिंग, जनरली वी रिएक्ट बाय द मीन्स ऑफ आवर फेशियल एक्सप्रेशंस. सो प्लीज फोकस ऑन दैट एरिया आल्सो, एंड प्लीज थ्रो सम लाइट हाउ वी शुड बिहेव इन दैट.
Sure. So, talking about again these virtual interviews only, and I think you'll keep on giving them only. That is what I predict basically for a longer period of time right now. So like Mitali said, what they want to know is how you react, okay, how you behave in a pressured situation, okay. And that pressured situation doesn't need to be, that it won't be like a situational question. They won't always ask you कि अगर आपके साथ ऐसा हो गया तो आप क्या react करोगे. It's not like that, okay. बस बहुत छोटी सी चीज है. They asked you something, आपको उसका जवाब नहीं पता, so what is your reaction? Do you, like I said, do you start looking down? Do you start looking somewhere else? Do you stop smiling? Or आप इधर उधर आपका face red हो गया, कुछ भी हर किसी का अपना अपना तरीका होता है, okay. And you cannot always control that, but आप कोशिश कर सकते हैं, okay. So let's say आपको किसी सवाल का जवाब नहीं पता, and this will always this will apply in your technical interviews as well, not just HR rounds or managerial rounds. In your technical interview as well, if you do not know an answer to a question, never start looking anywhere else. Never ऐसा मत करना कि चुप हो गए, खांसने लग गए, ऐसा. Don't do these kind of things to buy time, okay. Talk to them, make them understand कि you want a couple of minutes to recall the answer maybe, okay, or maybe you want a couple of minutes to reframe your answer, okay. So
Okay.
I'm not aware of a lot of pharmacovigilance or pharmacy related terms,
Yeah, that's
but
not an issue. Yeah.
yeah, but
Please.
if someone asks you about that, okay, and you don't, if you know the answer, okay, it might be the case that you do not know, but let's say you know the answer, but उस समय आपके दिमाग में एकदम से क्लिक नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है.
Right.
एंड और या फिर ऐसा दो तीन टाइप की सिचुएशंस हो सकती हैं कि हो सकता है आपको वो जवाब पता हो, बट यू आर नॉट 100% श्योर अबाउट इट. So
Right.
in that case, like I said, look in the camera, keep on smiling, and just tell them that okay, it is quite possible that I do not know or I'm not able to recall the answer to this question, okay. Try to use this phrase, I'm not able to recall the answer to this question, but according to me the best way to answer this is so and so, and you continue with whatever definition or whatever examples or whatever way to answer, okay. And it is not always necessary, okay, कि आपसे कोई सवाल पूछा गया हो और आप उसको बस उसकी बुकिश या उसके टेक्स्ट बुक या आपने जो भी नेट पे उसका सबसे पहला स्टेटमेंट पढ़ रखा है, जो भी आपकी टर्मिनोलॉजी होगी फार्माकोविजिलेंस रिलेटेड, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं दैट यू आंसर जस्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दैट, ओके. आप उसके आसपास के कुछ एग्जांपल्स दे सकते हैं, आप उसके आसपास का कुछ सिनेरियो बता सकते हैं कि सर लेट्स से दिस, देन स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग अबाउट द आंसर, या फॉर एग्जांपल से भी आप शुरू कर सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट एन इशू. द ओनली कंसर्न द इंटरव्यूअर हैज इज क्या आपको कॉन्सेप्चुअली वो चीज पता है, ठीक है. आप उसका जवाब 100%
Exactly. That's very
इफेक्टिवली नहीं भी दे पा रहे हैं तो भी क्या आपको उसका आंसर कॉन्सेप्चुअली पता है, दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, ऐसा.
right.
And
Exactly.
to show that coming to the body language part of it, to show that
Yes.
the most important thing is never stop smiling in an interview, okay. It's not ki no sir I do not know the answer, don't say smile in that way also, I'm not saying about that, but keep on smiling so that the interviewer sees that confidence, sees that you have a positive attitude, you have a positive aura inside you, okay. And many a times I have also faced the same thing, that it's quite possible that some or the other technical questions related to my field I didn't know the answer to, so I apologized. I just said sorry, I cannot recall the answer right now, or sorry, I have never heard about this term, sorry, I do not have the correct answer at this moment of time, okay. This can also be a
Exactly.
phrase, okay.
Exactly.
What
इसी
this
तरीके से
means, yes,
Yes.
what this means is that
Mhm.
you know about the thing, okay,
Yes.
it is in your mind, but you are not confident enough to speak about it, okay.
Right.
Let's say if you know 50% of the answer, but you think that it's better to say no rather than speaking that 50% part, so start your answer by saying that sir or ma'am, whoever is the interviewer, I'm not able to recall the answer fully, but what I know about the term or whatever what I know about the situation is so and continue with the answer. So what will happen is they will automatically lower their expectations. ओके वो समझ जाएंगे दैट ओके दिस उसको नहीं पता इस चीज का सही जवाब 100% नहीं पता, तो वो ऐसे हो जाएंगे कि चल जितना पता है उतना तो पता, ऐसा कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। तू डू यू नो द कॉन्सेप्ट, अगर आप उसको किसी एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू भी समझा देते हैं तो वो उससे भी सेटिस्फाई हो जाएंगे। उनको जरूरी नहीं है, इट्स नॉट वर्क में कभी भी आपको कोई टेक्निकल इतना ज्यादा ऐसा बुकिश नॉलेज इतना ज्यादा नहीं लगता है। ओके इफ यू नो द थिंग विद द एग्जांपल दैट आल्सो हेल्प्स, ऐसा।
Yes,
तो
exactly.
these two
Like
three
you
things
never
you
take it
should
up.
have in your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But the moment you say sorry and I do not know the answer, just after that again look in the camera and keep on smiling. Okay, so that the interviewer knows ki theek hai, okay, let's say they have a series of 10 questions, okay, they want to ask you, okay, it does not matter that you say no to the 9 of them. Okay, let's say you say no, I don't know the answer to all 9 of them, okay, and then you only answer the 10th question. Any candidate in the world while answering that 10th question will be answering like this. Yeah, okay, this is so, this is that, yeah, ऐसा, and they will have it in their mind that okay अब तो नहीं होने वाला मेरा selection because I didn't answer the 9 questions. Okay, what they are looking for is, if you didn't answer those 9 questions, how confident were you still to listen that 10th question? Okay,
Exactly.
how positive your attitude was towards listening or attempting or answering that 10th question. If you say the correct answer or not, that does not matter. Okay, they test your confidence, they want to know your body language, because like I said, interview is a stepping stone to the journey. Okay, the main target is the job. Okay,
Right.
interview is a stepping stone into that. So उनको उनके लिए भी ये जरूरी है, सी यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम देम, उनके लिए भी ये जरूरी है दैट दे टेस्ट यू इन अ इनिशियल स्टेज so that they also know कि these are the plus points of this person and these are the bad points that we have to work upon, like that. Okay.
So Mohit, as you're saying कि 9 questions अगर किसी ने आंसर नहीं किए एंड वो मना कर देता है कि नहीं मुझे ये नहीं आता है, एंड 10th क्वेश्चन में तो ऑब्वियसली हम डर जाएंगे कि अरे यार पूरा
Exactly,
इंटरव्यू खराब हो
exactly.
गया, 9 क्वेश्चंस बेकार चले गए, एंड वी विल बी वेरी कंफ्यूज कि आई डोंट थिंक कि 10th वाला भी मैं आंसर कर पाऊंगा या कर पाऊंगी या नहीं, राइट? तो कभी कभी गाइस ऐसा होता है कि अगर आप एक आंसर नहीं देते हो, देयर इज अ सीरीज, ऐसी सीरीज हमेशा चलती है। जैसा कि मोहित बता रहा है, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि सामने वाले ने, इंटरव्यूअर ने आपसे पूछा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, आपने सही आंसर दिया, उसने सेकंड क्वेश्चन उसी के कुछ वर्ड में से पूछा, फिर थर्ड क्वेश्चन उसी में से पूछा, फोर्थ क्वेश्चन में उसी में से पूछा। मान लेते हैं कि यू हैव आंसर्ड ऑल द 4 क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है, नाउ यू आर हैप्पी, यू आर इन कॉन्फिडेंट एंड देन यू आर स्माइलिंग वेरी बैड कि हाँ भाई मुझे तो सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर आ गए, देखा, आई जस्ट आंसर्ड एवरीथिंग, ठीक है, यहाँ तक एवरीथिंग इज गुड, ठीक है। देन लेट्स टॉक अबाउट मोहित सिनेरियो, राइट, जहां पे 6th क्वेश्चन, 7th क्वेश्चन, 8th क्वेश्चन यू डिड नॉट नो अ सिंगल वर्ड, एंड बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें दैट यू आर नॉट एबल टू से, और बैक टू बैक यू आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर मेनी क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है। उसके बाद भी यू शुड नॉट रिमूव दैट स्माइल फ्रॉम योर फेस, यू शुड नॉट ट्राई टू, व्हाट शुड आई से, गिव अ चांस टू द इंटरव्यूअर टू थिंक कि अरे यार मेरा तो इंटरव्यू बिगड़ गया, आज तो मेरा सिलेक्शन नहीं हो पाएगा। So you should not give them a chance to think like that, and you should not make facial expressions जो ऐसा दिखाते हैं कि you are not, you are not very confident, या फिर अब जो confidence तुम पहले question के आंसर में लेकर साथ आए थे घर से, that is not remaining inside you, ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए सामने वाले को, and that you can take care with the help of your facial expressions, okay? So I think Mohit, you were into a tiny network glitch, you were blurred
Yeah.
or stuck for a second. Okay, okay, I was already speaking to them, so let's move ahead, Mohit. Talking about these question answers and everything, I want you to tell them about this poker face thing that we discussed about. So because
Okay.
we
I
we
think I
have
think I've
a we have a
already.
student who smiles a lot, and last week when we had another guest lecturer, Madhur Mishra, usse bhi we discussed about the smiling issues and everything. So I just want you to tell them what is a poker face that is required in an interview, and how we should diplomatically behave in an interview. Please tell us that also.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So half of the points I'll take from my previous answer only. Okay. You have to keep having a smile. Okay. You have to look into the camera. These two things are the most important thing. And the poker face thing, I think Mithali have already answered in your previous question. Ki you have to, so okay, so I mean obviously all of you might have heard of poker. If not, so poker is famous for the lies that you show. Okay, I'll not
Poker is
go
a
into a
card
lot of.
game, right?
Yeah, it's a card game. I won't go into the technicalities. But why
Yeah.
poker is famous is to judge a man on their face, judge a man or whoever the player is on their body language. Okay, because you have to call their bluff or you have to keep however the game proceeds. But you have to call their bluff. So for calling the bluff, you have to judge their body language. Okay, so why I call that poker face is because जो कि मैंने पिछले आंसर में कहा 9 answers you weren't able to answer. Okay, assume that you weren't able to answer your 9 questions, but still if you maintain that smile on your face, still if you show the interviewer that I don't care, okay, I don't care about the previous 9 questions that went wrong, my focus is to still answer whatever questions I can correctly. Okay, and still that those 9 questions do not decrease my confidence. Okay, so to do all these things you have to maintain calmness and composure on your face. Okay, you can't show the interviewer that I got scared, मैं डर गया आपने जो पूछा मुझसे, या मुझे इसका जवाब नहीं आता तो अब मैं उदास हो गया हूँ, या मैं घबरा गया हूँ क्योंकि मुझसे पिछले 10 क्वेश्चन पिछले 9 क्वेश्चन का जवाब नहीं देते बना, तो ऐसा. ठीक है, तो
Okay,
that
fair enough.
thing is a poker face. Okay, that you can you can start trying that. Okay, and you can start implementing that in certain scenarios, not just in the interview but in your job as well. Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Mohit. Moving ahead, I want you to discuss a few HR questions, general HR questions
Yeah.
that you have faced and how you have replied to them. And also tell them how we should, what kind of statements we should use and what should we not use, like the do's and don'ts of an HR interview. Please, throw
Yeah,
some
sure.
light on that as well. Yeah.
Sure. So I'll still continue from my previous talk only. So why I'm asking you to maintain that poker face is because sometimes what will happen is that there are two ways how the interviews get conducted. One is that आपका technical round होगा, ठीक है, technical round अगर आप clear करते हो तो आपका HR round होगा, ठीक है, that is one case. Other case is that technical, HR, and managerial, all three, panel members will come at once at you, okay, in a meeting. All three of them will be sitting there, and they'll ask their questions turn by turn. Okay, तो उस केस में ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए that you give a very average technical, but आपके दिमाग में पहले ही सेट हो गया कि यार तो कोई सेंस नहीं बन रहा है, टेक्निकल के तो मैंने ज़्यादा जवाब दिए नहीं है, तो अब HR में तो आई जस्ट कुछ भी बोल के आई जस्ट ट्राई टू टर्न इट ऑफ, और अब मैं बहुत सैड हो गया हूँ, मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस ही खत्म हो गया है, ऐसा. That you have to avoid, because I have given such interviews. Okay, one of my interviews when was with Capgemini, it was with the first case which I told you कि there was a technical round, then I cleared my technical round and उसके बाद HR हुआ था, ठीक है, and so and the interview which I gave at TCS was that there was a panel, okay, and उसमें technical, in managerial और HR तीनों members थे, और तीनों ने अपने turn by turn अपने respective questions पूछे थे. And another thing is कि don't assume कि HR और managerial है ना कुछ ऐसा technical type नहीं पूछ सकता, ठीक है, obviously वो technically मतलब ऐसा definition और वो या उस type के कोई सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे आपसे, ठीक है, but हेयरिंग टू योर टेक्निकल आंसर्स उससे रिलेटेड वो जरूर कुछ पूछ सकते हैं, ठीक है. जैसे इन माय टीसीएस इंटरव्यू आई टेल यू, तो क्या हुआ था, द एचआर पर्सन, व्हेन आई वाज गिविंग माय आंसर्स इन द टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू, राइट एट दैट पार्ट द एचआर पर्सन वाज listening very intently, I can say. Okay, and then they asked me ki what if we don't select you. Okay, and it was a very sudden question. Okay, and like I said कि HR आपकी तरफ कुछ कुछ ऐसे questions present करेंगे जिससे कि वो ये जानना चाहते हैं कि आपका reaction क्या रहता है, instant आपका क्या reaction होता है किसी चीज को सुन के, ठीक है. So there are certain set of HR questions जो आपको भी पता ही होंगे पहले से, very basic introduction, strength weaknesses, okay, ये सब बहुत बेसिक हो गया है अब, ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट दे वांट इज कि आप सिचुएशन पे कैसे जवाब देते हैं, आपके कोई पॉलिटिकल व्यूज तो है कि नहीं, ऐसा इस टाइप की चीज़ों पे भी वो जज करते हैं, ठीक है. तो वन थिंग आई क्लियर यू राइट हियर राइट नाउ, कभी भी किसी भी इंटरव्यू में कभी भी कोई पॉलिटिकली या कभी भी कुछ गवर्नमेंट रिलेटेड कभी भी कोई स्टेटमेंट नहीं दिया जाता है, ठीक है. You are never allowed, not allowed, okay, it's your freedom of speech, but it is always advised to not to speak about any biases, कि आपके दिमाग में कोई पर्टिकुलर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है जिसकी तरफ आप ज़्यादा फेवर करते हैं, या आपके थॉट्स उस पार्टी की तरफ, किसी पार्टी की तरफ गलत हैं, या आप उनको नहीं फेवर करते हैं. दीज काइंड ऑफ कॉमेंट्स ऑलवेज रिफ्रेन, ओके, कभी भी इस टाइप के कॉमेंट्स मत देना किसी भी इंटरव्यू में, ठीक है. तो why I'm saying this is because in one of my interviews, okay, the HR asked me, okay, the question was, tell me something that you don't like or that makes you angry, okay. So यहाँ पे अब your mind will go to search for a lot of things, okay. और this is something where if you have good communication skills आपको बहुत ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा, ठीक है. देखो HR क्वेश्चंस 100-200 कितने भी हो सकते हैं, ठीक है. जो बेसिक्स वाले हैं वो तो हर कोई प्रिपेयर करके जाता है, ठीक है, हर किसी को पता होता है. और बेसिकली क्या है ना, HR वालों को भी अब पता है कि इसका ये क्वेश्चन तो ये प्रिपेयर करके ही आया होगा, स्ट्रेंथ वीकनेस. सो अब बहुत बहुत रेयरली पूछते हैं वो ये क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है. या वो पूछ लेंगे बट मेन उनका इंटेंट कोई और अच्छे लेवल के क्वेश्चंस का पूछने का होगा, जिससे कि वो आपको समझ पाए.
राइट. एचआर
हाँ,
डिपार्टमेंट भी अब बोर हो चुका है वही पुराने घिसे पिट्टे, फेवरेट मूवी, फेवरेट कार्टून, ये सब पूछकर, फेवरेट कलर या जो भी आपकी पसंद वाली चीजें पूछना इज वेरी
या
इजी एंड वेरी, राइट.
हॉबीज वगैरह दे विल आस्क,
they might
बट
ask, ऐसा नहीं कि
या
they will not ask, but yeah,
तो
but the
वन
reverse psychology is more famous these days.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. So one such question that I was saying was that what I don't like, okay. And जैसा कि मैंने कहा, आपका दिमाग 100 डायरेक्शंस में भागेगा कि मैं क्या बोलूँ क्या बोलूँ क्या बोलूँ क्या बोलूँ क्या बोलूँ. The first thing that pops into your head, मेरे दिमाग में जो आया वो ये था कि क्योंकि अच्छा, मेरे दिमाग में जो जवाब आया वो इसलिए था क्योंकि one day before I was watching a debate at night that was on a news channel related to some of the other political topic or some of the other situation that was going around in our country at that time, ठीक है. कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा होगा, ठीक है. एंड आई वाज मेरे दिमाग में एकदम ऐसा चल रहा था एक दिन पहले कि यार क्यों लोग बिना फैक्ट के अननेसेसरी ब्लेम करते हैं, ऐसा ऐसा करके, एंड बस अपनी बात को बिना फैक्चुअली टेस्ट करे अपनी बात मनवाने की कोशिश करते, समथिंग लाइक दैट, ओके. So the interviewer asked me that something that you don't like, something that makes you angry, and my instant response was कि I don't like people who try to force ideas into you, or who try to convince you forcibly, ठीक है, without even knowing about their facts.
Really, you gave this?
And yeah, I gave this answer.
Okay.
And because that was the first thing that popped in my head, and you
Okay.
don't have a lot of time, आपके पास ज़्यादा time नहीं होता है.
Right.
आप ऐसा टेक्निकल में आप कर सकते हो कि okay, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, so HR में you have to answer at that
Right.
moment, ठीक है.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like what do you say, rapid fire round. Rapid fire देखा होगा ना किसी न किसी शो में, जब अपन छोटे थे कुछ ना कुछ इंस्टेंट जवाब देना होता है आपको बजर दबा के. It's like that. और वो जरूरी इसलिए होता है because that truly answers what kind of person you are, ठीक है.
Exactly.
वो आपकी
So
सच्चाई
that's
बताता है, इंस्टेंट आंसर्स ही आपकी सच्चाई बताते हैं, ठीक है. ZNMD देखा होगा ना सब लोगों ने, जिंदगी न मिलेगी दोबारा मूवी में. फरहान अख्तर नहीं, फरहान अख्तर नहीं, who is that actor, I don't know, the third person. So he asks questions like this. Abhay Deol, yeah.
Yeah, Abhay Deol, yes.
Yeah. So coming back to the part, so I answered this, and क्रॉस क्वेश्चन आ गया, ठीक है. Now the important part was जो मेरा आंसर था, the HR had no issues with it क्योंकि okay, it's my choice, whatever makes me angry I could have said that. The main part was क्रॉस क्वेश्चन को सही तरीके से हैंडल करना. क्रॉस क्वेश्चन came up कि she just there was a lady who was taking the interview. So she just suddenly picked that I may be talking about something related to the political parties or the people, the debates or whatever is going on. She just assumed that I was talking about that, and she asked me that, are you talking about X? I won't say the name. Are you talking about so and so party, or are you talking about so and so person from a party, and something like that? And my reply was, I smiled, okay, which was a very big mistake, because smiling means I am agreeing with her. Okay.
Right.
I
Yes.
smiled because that was my first interview. Okay. So I smiled, but then I remembered instantly that no, this is wrong, and I cannot agree. I cannot even disagree. I cannot agree. I just have to maintain a neutral state. Okay. So she asked something, she wanted a political comment on either one of the parties or one of the topics that was going on at that time. And I said, I would not like to comment on this. And I stopped. Okay. I
Wow.
just said this much, that I would
Nice.
not like to comment on this, please, ऐसे करके, so that they don't get offended also. Okay, if they force you, okay, that you have to speak, still don't get pressurized. Don't get scared कि नहीं यार, I have to anyway clear the interview. Whatever the interviewer is asking, I have to answer. Still keep your ground, because ये क्या प्रूव करता है that how faith you have in yourselves. Okay, how are your moral grounds. ठीक है, क्या आप किसी के प्रेशर में आके कुछ भी बोल दोगे? क्या आप किसी ने थोड़ा सा भी आपको कुछ पिन पॉइंट करा, या आपको थोड़ा सा भी कुछ किसी ने बोलने की कोशिश करी, तो क्या आप सब कुछ जवाब देने लग जाओगे, या आप कुछ सब कुछ बोलना चालू कर दोगे? ऐसा, दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विच शी माइट हैव जज्ड फ्रॉम दिस, बट आई स्टिल kept my hold, kept my composure, and I just answered a single statement. I wouldn't like to comment on this, please, aisa, just this much. And she understood the scene, and she moved on to the next question.
Okay.
So again, this may or may not happen with you, but this is something to keep in your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like Mitali said, for some of the sample HR questions, this was one, and it had a very big story. But I'll try to tell you some more. Okay, so one more HR question I'll ask. Can any one of them just turn on their cameras and turn on their microphones? I would like to ask you first that question and tell you, that what would have been the correct
Yeah.
answer, or
Yeah.
can anyone? Satyam, maybe, because I can see Satyam, Anju. I can see only two names, because I cannot see any other
Yeah.
names. Anyone. Or Metali would volunteer you. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, yeah, and
Fine.
I'm apologizing in advance
No,
that
that's absolutely okay.
that maybe you wouldn't want to be picked,
It
but
will be a learning for me as well. Why not?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
like to
anyone
have an
wants to answer
interactive
this?
session.
Devendra or somebody wants to answer? Guys, we are audible to you, na? Hi, Devendra. Yeah. So we are giving you a live chance to interact with our guest lecturer, and imagine he's your HR, he's your interviewer, and then answer the question. Okay, please. All the best. Mohit, shoot your questions, please.
It's not something very heavy. Okay, it's not
Okay.
something very heavy. I have two
So
questions in
I
my
want
mind.
to scare him a little bit. Yeah. And then
No.
if he imbibed what you taught in today's lecture, I just want to test that in Devendra. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
let's
So,
just go ahead.
hi Devendra. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just ask you one question that was asked to one of my friends. Okay. And the question was, okay, ki you are working in the office. Okay. And suddenly two of your nearby colleagues start arguing. Okay. And it heats up a little bit. Okay. थोड़ा वो लड़ाई करने लग जाते हैं, not physically, but verbally, और काफी जोर जोर से मान लो चिल्लाने लग जाते हैं या ऐसा कुछ. Okay. So, did you get it? आप ऑफिस में काम कर रहे हो, एंड आपके पास वाले कोई इम्प्लॉइज आपके दो डेस्क छोड़ के या और थोड़ी दूर दिया आपके पास वाली थोड़ा सा हीटेड आर्ग्यूमेंट में आ गए हैं, वर्बली आर्ग्यू कर रहे हैं, फिजिकली नहीं बट कर रहे हैं. व्हाट वुड यू डू?
First of all, I try to make them calm, or if they are unable to be themselves calm, so I get started scolding them.
Okay. Sorry. Can you repeat the answer again?
I try to make them calm, and if they are not getting calm, I started to scolding them.
Okay. So here is where the trap was laid. Okay. And the trap was key. Okay, Mitali, what are your ideal technique? What are your ideal designations in the company, like in the pharmacy, pharmacovigilance?
Like we have a team lead, then we have a group lead, then we have a manager, then we have
No, no,
a
on a very fresher level. What are I'm just ask. I just want one designation. Like I am a full stack developer. What is one of the designations that you would have in your companies?
pharmacovigilance scientist one, pharmacovigilance scientist
Okay.
one, or drug
Okay.
safety associate one. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So Devendra, let's say you have successfully cracked an interview, okay, and you have placed in a company, and I hope that happens very soon for you, okay, and you are a PV scientist one, okay. So बस इतना से सोच के बताओ, is this part of your job description कि अगर दो एम्प्लॉय ऑफिस में लड़ रहे हैं तो आपको उन्हें उनका सुलह कराना है? Will this be part of your job description? Yes or no?
No,
No, right?
no, that's good.
So the company is hiring you to work, and what they want is कि आप आपके काम पे फोकस करो, ठीक है? So this is actually a trap. What you answered is not wrong. Okay, I'm not saying that you are saying wrong thing. Ideally, most of the people would answer the same thing. Okay, but this is not what HR wants, and this is not what the company wants. Okay, so one of my friends who was asked this question, he gave the same answer which you gave today, that I'll try to understand why they are fighting and I will try to make them calm, or I'll try to stop their argument. But why will you do it? Why will you do it? Are you getting my point?
Yes, it's a mastermind question, I would say, Mohit.
Devendra, are you getting my point, guys?
Really
On the call, are you getting my point? It's
Yes,
not
sir.
part of your job description. Okay, okay.
exactly.
Just let's say if they start fighting physically, then it's okay to intervene. Okay, फिर
Right.
उनके बीच में आके उनको रोकना जरूरी, because that is not
Somebody might
appropriate.
get right.
हाँ, some कुछ सामान destroy हो सकता है आपकी कंपनी का, or some whatever happens, that is not ill, that is not suggested behavior. Yeah,
Right.
but if they are arguing, if they are in a heated argument or whatsoever, you have to keep your head down. You have to focus on your work. Okay, whatever would be handled by your seniors, by the management or HR or any other person, but not by a PV scientist one, or
Right.
a drug specialist or
Drug
whatever.
safety
Okay?
associate.
Drug
Yeah.
safety associate one. Okay, Devendra, are you getting?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Again, sir, it's Mohit. Try to have this habit again, okay? In corporate, people don't like to be called sir or ma'am, okay? Some people might, but many people do not. They like to be called by your name, and it shows your confidence as well, okay? Initially, when I joined TCS, many of my colleagues were calling the senior sir or madam, but I always called them by name. It took me a month to reach that state. मतलब ऐसा it's not easy. इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ, try to bring that in habit. ठीक है, ऑब्वियसली आप आपके दोस्तों को सर मैडम नहीं बुला सकते हो, बट आप अपने आप को मेंटली प्रिपेयर करना चालू करो ऐसा कि मुझे नहीं बोलना है. बिकॉज क्या होगा, यू विल से देम सर, जैसे फिर मैंने आपको कहा कि डोंट कॉल मी सर, तो एक अलग डायरेक्शन में कॉन्वर्जेशन चली जाती है, उसका कोई पॉइंट नहीं बनता है. फिर आपको भी थोड़ा हेजिटेशन होगा, इनिशियली सबको हेजिटेशन होता है, बट धीरे धीरे करके आई थिंक इन अ मंथ और सो आई स्टार्टेड कॉलिंग एवरीबडी बाय देयर नेम्स ओनली, एंड एक टाइम के बाद फिर दैट फील्स करेक्ट. अब कोई नया भी कोई आता है, कोई नया भी कोई सीनियर रहता है, तो कॉल देम बाय देयर नेम ओनली, तो वो हो जाएगा, बट ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट दैट. Yeah. So Devendra
Thank you,
had
Mohit.
his chance. Yeah. So the next person, another question I have. Anyone who are trying
Guys,
to
would you
volunteer?
like to answer? Vanshita, would you like to answer? Vanshita, are you able to hear us? Okay, I
Okay, I
guess.
can see Anju's name. Who can
Yeah,
they
Anjali is
come
there
on
in the
screen?
call. Anjali,
Okay, Anjali.
please turn on your camera and turn on your mic if you want to answer the question. Are we audible to everyone? Everyone? Devendra, are we audible?
Yes,
Satyam, are we audible?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Satyam,
Okay.
so why don't you take the next question with Mohit? Turn on your camera, please. Come on, quickly. Turn on your camera so that Mohit can tell you the question and then we can get started.
Okay, I won't take up a lot of time. If nobody wants to answer, no
Yeah,
problem.
let it
I'll just
let
tell you a couple more HR questions that I found were very which were very tight and which were very testing to a person, which will be very testing to you
mind
whenever
testing.
they'll be asked
Right.
to you. Okay, so
Really?
one of the very basic question is, give me a reason why I should not hire you. Okay. So here, this is an indirect question. यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं what they are asking is, tell me about your weakness. Okay, because your weaknesses are why they shouldn't hire you. ठीक है. तो one thing is they might ask you about your weaknesses straight away. या तो फिर वो पूछेंगे कि why shouldn't we hire you. और believe me, casually बैठे रहने में it doesn't matter. But when you are sitting in interview, immediately आपके पैरों के नीचे से जमीन चली जाती है कि okay, what should I say now? What should I say? Okay, and there are two types of people again over here. Okay, and I would like to tell you कि वो दोनों ही मत बनो. I'll tell you a third person. Okay, try to be that. So the first person यहाँ पे जो आंसर देगा वो ये देगा कि वो अपनी वीकनेसेस बताना चालू कर देगा, या फिर वो कुछ ना कुछ पॉइंट्स बताना चालू कर देगा कि ओके, आई एम अ बिट लेजी, और आई गेट स्केयर्ड इन वर्क मे बी, और मेरी कम्युनिकेशन से कुछ भी XYZ आंसर देने लग जाएगा जो भी उस पर्सन की वीकनेस होगी. सो डोंट बी दैट पर्सन. ओके, now second person would do is they would say कि there is no reason why you shouldn't hire me. Okay, and ये question, ये जो answer है, it is confident, but what this shows is arrogance. Okay, and these things go hand in hand. Okay, आपका confidence over confidence नहीं बनना चाहिए और आपका confidence arrogance में नहीं बदलना चाहिए. ठीक है, इंटरव्यूअर की रिस्पेक्ट करना और इंटरव्यूअर को इम्प्रेस करना और इंटरव्यूअर को ये समझाना दैट यू आर द आइडियल कैंडिडेट, यू आर द बेस्ट सूटेबल कैंडिडेट इज योर टास्क. पर उसके लिए आपको एरोगेंस शो कभी भी नहीं करना है. ठीक है, या आपके किसी भी जवाब से उसको ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि दिस पर्सन इज वेरी रूड और दिस पर्सन इज वेरी एरोगेंट. ठीक है, सो द सेकेंड आंसर इज देयर इज नो रीजन व्हाई यू शुडंट हायर मी. ओके, ऐसा आप ब्लंटली अगर आप बोल देते हो इंटरव्यूअर को, तो लाइक आई सेड, दिस शोज एरोगेंस. ठीक है, तो मैंने क्या कहा था, डोंट बी द फर्स्ट पर्सन, डोंट स्टार्ट टेलिंग योर वीकनेस, एंड डोंट बी द सेकंड पर्सन, डोंट ब्लंटली से कि डोंट हायर मी, sorry, okay, hire me, but don't say that there is no reason not to hire me. Okay, now I'll tell you the third person, or now I'll tell you what your answer can be, which is again, it won't show any of your weakness, it won't show that you are arrogant, and it will show your confidence also. Okay, so what your answer should be is, there I do not find any reason why you should not hire me. Okay, but if you find a better candidate, then you should not. Okay, so what this shows is that you have the confidence, that you don't have any weaknesses that shouldn't stop the interviewer from hiring you. And this does not, this is a request sort of thing. This is not something कि आप उसको बहुत ही arrogance या बहुत ही attitude में बोल रहे हो कि नहीं आप तो hire करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, सब आता है मुझे, ऐसा भी नहीं है ये. And what you are saying is कि मेरे दिमाग में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जिसकी वजह से आपको मुझे हायर नहीं करना चाहिए, पर अगर आपको कोई और बेटर सूटेबल कैंडिडेट मिलता है तब तक. अगर आपको कोई बेटर सूटेबल कैंडिडेट मिलता है तो आप उसे हायर करें, अगर आपको नहीं मिलता है तो आई एम द बेस्ट. दिस इज समथिंग व्हाट पीपल जो वोट वगैरह करते हैं वो ऐसे ही कहते हैं ना कि वोट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, डोंट वोट फॉर मी बट वोट करो, जो बेस्ट है उसके लिए वोट करो, ऐसा बोला जाता है. तो सिमिलरली, लाइक आई सेड, वीकनेस भी नहीं शो करना है, एरोगेंस भी शो नहीं करना है, बट बहुत ही कामली और हम्बली ये कहना है कि मेरे अंदर कोई वीकनेस नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से. ऑब्वियसली इंटरव्यूअर के हिसाब से कुछ ना कुछ वीकनेस होगी, तो इसलिए ये कहना मेरे हिसाब से. ठीक है, ओके, एंड से कि अगर आपको कोई सूटेबल या आइडियल कैंडिडेट नहीं मिलता है तो इस टाइप से. ठीक है, सो इससे आपका एरोगेंस शो नहीं होता है, आपकी वीकनेस शो नहीं होती है, और इंटरव्यूअर के तरफ आपकी रिस्पेक्ट शो होती है बेसिकली, ठीक है। उसको ये रियलाइज होगा दैट इट्स नॉट कि इस पर्सन को, मतलब दिस पर्सन इज अ गुड वन, बेसिकली दे विल थिंक कि ओके इट्स ही इज नॉट जस्ट आफ्टर द जॉब ब्लंटली, ही नोज कि देयर माइट बी पीपल बेटर देन मी एंड ही इज सेइंग कि हाँ ठीक है आप उनको भी हायर कर सकते हैं, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आई विल स्टिल कीप ऑन वर्किंग माई सेल्फ एंड आई विल स्टिल कीप ऑन इम्प्रूविंग माई सेल्फ, इट डज नॉट मैटर।
एग्जैक्टली, या दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ना तो हमको ये कहना है कि मैं तो सब कर लेता हूँ, आई कैन डू एनीथिंग, मैं तो सब देख लेंगे, आप जो काम बोलोगे आई विल डू इट। वी डोंट हैव टू शो दैट काइंड ऑफ एरोगेंस। और ना ही हमको उनसे ये कहना है कि नहीं सही बात है, आप तो सही कह रहे हो, यू राइट, मे बी मेरे में कुछ तो कमी है, कुछ तो कमी होगी मुझ में। ही इज नॉट योर फ्रेंड और रिश्तेदार और फैमिली मेंबर दैट ही नो यू विल स्टार्ट पोचिंग यू एंड स्टार्ट सेइंग कि नहीं नहीं अरे सॉरी आई हैव ऑफेंडेड यू, या आपको बुरा तो नहीं लग गया वाला सीन, दैट इंटरव्यूअर विल नॉट बी डूइंग with you, right? So you don't have to get offended, like Mohit said, and he explained in a very beautiful manner how you should conduct yourself in front of the interviewer and how you should give answer to such kind of tricky questions. Actually ये questions आपको grill करने के लिए ही बनाए गए हैं, right?
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली।
So
जो मैं प्रेशर्ड सिचुएशन, जो मैं बॉडी लैंग्वेज, जो मैं पॉजिटिविटी की बात कर रहा हूँ, वो इन्हीं क्वेश्चंस में काम आती है। यहाँ
काम
घबरा गए तो बात खत्म।
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली, एंड यहाँ काम आती है, जॉब क्रैक करने के बाद भी काम आती है, जैसा मोहित शुरू से बता रहा है दैट the ultimate goal is to go inside the corporate and also survive inside there. So when you're talking to the client and when you're being inside the company, talking to any other stakeholders, not only the client but other stakeholders, other colleagues, other higher management people, and you need to focus on all these kinds of gestures, body language, and communication skills. These will really help you to stay there and survive for a longer period of time. So, with this, I think we have covered mostly everything, Mohit. And I would like to, come and thank you on behalf of the Pharma Daily. And I'm really thankful to you because you took time for us and you spared your Saturday taking out time on a
No problem.
Saturday. I know how painful it is, but thank you so much for this gesture and coming along and talking to all of us to give these live scenarios to the students and letting them get a chance to interact with you and give an answer and look at how it results into. Thank you for giving us that. And that's all for today. We are going to connect with you again many times with
Sure, sure.
many more batches of the Pharma Daily. So, welcome aboard to the team as a guest lecturer and thank you for being here today. Any last words you would like to tell us? Then please go ahead. Otherwise,
Yeah,
we're good.
yeah. I'll
Yeah.
just say one last thing. A lot of people, like again, coming back to communication skills, a lot of people, think how to improve. And I will just say one thing, that you all might have studied maths, and the logic to maths is that you don't start memorizing things, right? You practice and you improve. And what happens with practice is that you don't mug up the answers to maths. You cannot do that, right?
Right, exactly.
So what you do is you practice hundreds of questions, you practice thousands of questions so that you get better at it. So
Right.
that you don't have to remember the answer, but you have to remember how to solve the next question or the next problem that comes towards us. So that is the same thing with communication skills. The more you practice, the more you practice speaking, the more you practice giving your introductions, giving answer to the many HR questions that you have, thinking about those questions of how you will answer in front of the interviewer, and the more you practice, the more better you will get at it. Okay, and the best way to do that is with your friends, with your mentors, with your mentor at Pharma Daily, Mitali. Just
Thank
keep
you for
on
that.
coming to her that okay, I found this question, and sorry but I'm not able to figure out what should I say. She will definitely help you. If not, she'll contact us, we'll help you, and we'll conduct more and more sessions before your interviews. You can put up questions to us, you can put up questions to her, that I just read about this HR question, I'm not, you tell her your answer, then she'll either correct you, she'll either praise you, okay, that was a perfect answer, or she'll help you improve it. Okay, so you have to keep on practicing, you have to keep on improving yourselves. That is the key. Okay, and like I said, it's the same logic of maths that you practice and you get better at it. That's it
Right.
for today, guys.
Thank you, Mohit, for praising me. That means a lot. And thank you for, being here tonight. So that's it, guys, for today. Thank you for being on board, Mohit. I'd like to say goodbye for now. And we'll be meeting again very soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sir.